Hello, everyone. I'm Buford MC, and welcome back to another adventure in GregTech New Horizons. So, today I want to work on something pretty exciting, actually. And it's going to be something that's going to save us, I think, a lot of resources in the long run. And we're going to work on this today and in the next episode as well, it'll probably be. So, over the course of the next two episodes, we're going to be working on something pretty good. And the thing I want to be working on is making circuit production cheaper. And I discussed it a little bit last time, but we are going to be making the circuit assembler, and we're going to be making this significantly sooner than we normally would be able to, and the only reason is because we have 4 MV circuits that we got from a loot bag a pretty long time ago, actually. I want to say it was the Steam Age, but we have them. So we want to take advantage of these because this is going to make production of the circuits significantly cheaper, I think. And we're going to kind of do this backwards because we're going to try to make the circuit assembler today, and then next time, we're going to actually work on making the components to make circuits cheaper as well. So we're going to actually get the circuit assembler, which will make the circuits themselves cheaper today, and the next episode, I want to try and make these components here cheaper, which we can actually do using assembling machines. So that's the plan for the next 2 episodes, and yeah, the reason I want to get this done now is because we're going to need a lot more machines going forward. I've got some big projects planned, including that rubber thing we're going to be working on pretty soon, and we're going to need a lot of machines, and machines are going to need a lot of circuits. So if we can make our circuits cheaper, it's going to save us, I think, a lot of resources in the long run. So let's get into it. So, since the last episode, I've also been doing a couple of things around the base. We've got upgraded pipes now, so all of the steel pipes now have been turned into potent pipes. So we've got various sizes depending on what we need. The main line that goes to our LV machines over here is actually large potent pipes, which carry 12,000 millibuckets of steam, so pretty good. We've got some pipes over here. This is just normal ones over here. Those go to the old steam machines. I didn't bother to change this one over yet because it only goes to a single steam compressor, and it's only bronze. It wasn't steel. All the steel pipes, though, have pretty much been taken out at this point. And the connections we have from the main tank, I actually went all the way up to the huge potent pipes just so that they were future-proof, so I didn't have to change them again, because the process of me having to change these over here, it's actually not too difficult, but all I have to do is grab 2 buckets over here, take out the water stream, take out this water stream, and then I just change out the pipes. It's actually not that difficult to do, but yeah, that's how I did that. Also, one other thing I wanted to show you as well was I discovered something. I think this was something from the 2.8 update, but I don't know if I've actually shown it or not. I can't remember, but what I found out was, because I think we went up here last time, and these solar boilers over here, they make quite a bit of noise, I realized, but I found out that if you right-click these with a hammer, you can actually turn off the sound. So that's something you can actually do now, and I can do that with the other machines as well, if they're too loud, of course. Sometimes I quite like the sounds of the machines, but sometimes they are quite a bit loud, so we'll see. But anyways, yeah, that's something you can do with those as well, so that's quite good. And let me put that hammer back. So what we're going to be getting on with today, then, is I want to try and get ourselves into the circuit assembler. Now, if we come to the quest book, to get to the circuit assembler, of course, we're not going to be able to complete the quest because we actually have to get to this quest, which is this one, and we can't actually complete the quest, but we can make it. But in order to make it, we do need a few other items that we don't have yet. And the main thing we need to do is we need to get this item right here, which is the LV emitter. And we're going to make the emitter today, and I figure since this is kind of related to it, we might as well make the sensor as well. But to make these, we need a new resource, which is Certus Quartz. So I just recently came back from a trip to the Nether, and I got this ore vein right here, which is giving us some raw quartzite, raw barite, and raw Certus Quartz ore. And I did complete that quest. Could take a reward. Gas tiers, blaze rods, nether wart. Yeah, I can get all those things from the nether. Let's just take the loot bag for that one. Oh, I got some other stuff as well, didn't I? Pizza, breakfast. Alright, let's put this thing away over here for now. Don't want to keep the inventory too clogged up. Drop the coins off, and then just dump this food off here in the kitchen. And I'll put the loot bag up in here. Alright, so we are going to need to get some Certus Quartz. I have already processed a little bit of it, so I just have to throw the ore into here. I can't crush it down and then smelt it. So I do have some Certus Quartz in here. I've got a couple of other things as well, some silver, lead, and iron. Very good. So there's some Certus Quartz. That should, yep, there it is. There's the quest for that. And that should unlock these two quests over here, yes. So you're going to hate this number 5, you're going to hate this number 6. So these are the other two main LV components that we have. So we did the other ones already a while back when we started LV. So this was number 1, this was number 2, number 3, number 4. So now we have number 5 and number 6 that we can do. We also got this quest knocked out. What does that give us? Mineral water. Ooh, that's a new food, actually, isn't it? The best stuff you can drink to stay healthy. And glowstone dust, blaze powder, flame string. I'm going to say we have that. It is nighttime also. Let's go to sleep quickly. Alright. Let's go and check out that nether chest. I just want to quickly see if we've got anything in there. Oh, I've got plenty of flame string. Okay, let's just take the loot bag for this one as well. And got the mineral water. That is a new food, isn't it? Yeah, okay. If that's the case, let's go ahead and drink one as well. Alright, what did we get? Speed 2. Oh, very nice. Alright, let's put this away in here for now. We don't need that. And glass bottle. I think I've got a potion chest somewhere over here that we can dump that off in. Yep, this is my potion collection. I just put the glass bottles in there as well. Alright, let's put that back on us, and let's drop this loot bag off as well. Alright, so let's go ahead then and try to make these items over here. So we're going to go ahead and make the emitter and the sensor. So we're going to need to make these. So the process of making these, they're not that expensive, but they're not cheap because they do require circuits. So we're going to need to make the emitter. And I also want to mention, actually, one thing we are going to need is a new kind of ingot, I think, brass. So we need some brass rods to do this. So let's see. Do I have any brass? Oh, that's Tembaga. Do we have any in the chest over here? Let's go take a look. Oh, we have one whole ingot. All right, well, we're going to need to make some more. How do we go ahead and make brass, then? Alloy smelter looks like. Yeah, copper and zinc it appears to be. Can we use a mixer? See, that would be the brass dust. Let's take a look. I bet you we can use a mixer. We get 4 dust, so zinc and copper. Or if we use the alloy smelter, how much would I get? Yeah, see, I get 3. Oh, no, I get 4. Copper and zinc, yeah, okay. Just use the alloy smelter then, I suppose. That'd be the most efficient way to do it, because that gives us the ingot straight on. I do have some zinc, I believe. Yes, I do have some zinc. Let's just do that. How much did we need for this? 1 zinc, 3 copper. Okay. So 10 zinc, and we'll do like 30 copper then. Just get a little bit of this stuff going. We don't need that much to make these, but we'll see. Where do we go? We got a whole bunch of machines running right now. Trying to process various things. Some things I'm trying to prep up for next time. And let's see, that should work. There we go. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff producing right now. We're stocked up on a lot. We got a lot of iron rods, copper wires, tin wires. Yeah, a lot of stuff right now being produced. Oh, there's some brass right there. We are going to need to use that lathe. So actually, I'm going to stop you for a bit because we are going to need to make some of those brass rods. And it appears that's all we're going to need. So LV circuits, brass rods, Certus Quartz, tin cables. And this is the same thing with just some steel plates. Perfect. So go ahead then and just start getting you into making us some additional rods. Alright, that should do. And I'll keep one on me because we'll probably need to put one in this drawer over here so that we can keep a stock of those over here now since we'll need them for this. Alright, so let's get ourselves some of those rods. It's going to take a little bit. We'll see what happens. Let's see. I'm going to try and make them in here. We've actually got 2 slots left for this. So that should be quite good. And then everything else we need is just the circuit assembler. So, yeah, I think we pretty much have everything else prepared to go. Do we have any machine holes? Anything in here? Okay, I guess we can make a couple. I need some steel plates, though. Do I have any steel plates? Yes, I do. Perfect. Just dump those off in there for a moment, and we'll make a couple of these. There we go. Perfect. And let's drop that off in... Oh, we can just drop it off in here. It doesn't really matter too much. Alright, so that'll be good. Alright, so I want to kind of describe, I guess, some of what my plan is for the circuit assembler. So we're going to make this today, but it is going to be something we have to... I have to do a little bit more work in order to really make this thing shine, I think. So this is the recipe we're going to be able to use this with the circuit assembler to make the circuits now. So it's not that bad. Just 1 circuit board, 2 resistors, 2 vacuum tubes, and just 2 red alloy wire. If we compare that to the recipe we're currently using... You know, we have to use a steel casing, and we have to use 3 red alloy cables, not the wires. And, of course, then this is all the same. So still 2 resistors, 2 vacuum tubes, 2 circuit boards. Again, these are the most expensive components probably anyways, but we're also going to be able to make these cheaper. So if we look at circuit board and go to the assembler, we can actually make this in an assembler, and it's not that bad. So what we can use a glue, or we can use refined glue. Or we can actually make even other stuff as well, but we can't get this. But this is the one I think we're going to do. I think we have refined glue. Let me go take a look. One of these over here. Yeah, this has refined glue. We have 23 buckets, roughly. So that's something we can use to make circuit boards in the assembler. It's only 576 liters, so that's not too bad. With some copper foils and wood planks. And wood planks, I've got plenty of those. I've been stocking those up in here, and I can make them really, really quickly over there. We've got plenty of wood. Well, not in this. I've got plenty of wood out there. Got some bales out there. Those I'm pretty sure are filled with wood. So wood's not an issue. Wood's very easy to get. So we'll be able to mass produce these circuit boards with the assembler. Copper foil's hardly an issue. I don't think that's just a matter, I think, of putting copper ingots in the bending machine. I think it's circuit 10. So I have to make some of those. The vacuum tubes we're going to be able to also make in the assembler as well. That uses glass tubes, which I've got a decent supply of at the moment. I don't think you can make those any cheaper. It's just glass dust, yeah. That's just glass dust, and then copper wires, steel rods. There are different recipes as well for these that we have to look through. You can see 5 different ones that give us various amounts. I mean, this one gives you 16, but it has to do redstone alloy as a fluid, which we don't have. Also annealed copper, which is something we don't have access to either. So the one I think that we can do that is the best for us is, let's see. Nope, that's annealed copper. I think this one, because this is molten red alloy. You can also use molten redstone, but you only get 2. This is red alloy, and it gives you 4. And we have 453 red alloy ingot, although we have to melt it down. Can we do that right now with the extractor? Yes, we can. So that will be perfect. We'll be able to make those using that recipe. And then resistors, we can do a similar thing. It's just refined glue with a couple of things. Fine copper wire or copper wires. And we have a choice of what dust we use. Coal dust, carbon dust, or charcoal dust. Now, I had a little bit of a look around, and we're going to be using carbon dust. And the reason I want to use carbon dust is, if we come over here to our blast furnace area, we are going to have this right here. We get dark ashes. And if we centrifuge dark ashes, we are going to get something very interesting. Carbon dust. So that's exactly what I've been doing over here. I've been processing some of those dark ashes to get some carbon dust. So I've basically just been trying to stock up on a few things. Anyways, though, we've got those brass rods in there. Perfect. We got a couple bits more brass over there. Dump those off in here for now. And I think, be able to go ahead and start making this emitter and this sensor. Oh, we need to grab some circuits as well. Let's do that. Go ahead and make 2 of each, probably, just in case. And, let's see. Does that work like that? Yes, it does. Perfect. Dump a little bit of those off, so we'll make 1, 2, lock that, and then we should just be able to do that. 1, 2. Lock that. Perfect. Alright, so that is going to get us those knocked out. We should knock those quests. There we go. You're gonna hate this number 5. And you're gonna hate this number 6. Alright, perfect. So that should complete a couple of those quests there. Let's see what we get. Turn that off as well. That does unlock a couple of other things as well. Ooh, basic miner. Ah, that's something interesting right there, isn't it? Alright, we might look into that at some point in the future. But we got this done. That's going to be another loot bag with some Certus Quartz, and this one looks like the same thing. Alright, let's put those away. Throw the Certus Quartz in there, and we'll dump the coins off. And then we'll go ahead, I think, and end off by making the circuit assembler. Just go ahead and get that made up. I don't think we're going to use that today. I mean, I've got a slot over here for it. How much power does it need to make a circuit? Maybe we will use it, actually, just to say we did. Let's see. Oh, only 16. Okay, that's good. Alright, then I guess we will try... We'll make a couple circuits just to say we actually use it. So let's grab ourselves the MV circuits. Probably our most valuable item right now. I think we only need 2 of them at the moment. And let's see. Alright, looks like we should have everything. Let's go to sleep quickly. Alright. And let's see, do we have everything we need to make this? Oh, we're missing tin cables. Okay. I've got a couple of them in here. It's not a big deal. I'll just drop those off in here. And now, yes. Basic circuit assembler. Getting it a lot earlier than we normally would, but there you go. Circuit assembler. It's not going to be a quest because... Obviously, we haven't completed the other pathway to get here, but we'll complete it eventually when we actually get to that point. So I guess we can just put it right here. It is an LV machine, even though it uses MV circuits, so should be perfectly fine. Pop you right there for now, and let's grab some components and actually make a few circuits using it, just to say we did. I've actually got some stuff here. Resistors, vacuum tubes. How many do we need? Okay, I can make 4 circuit boards. No, I need to make the coded circuit board. That's fine. Yeah, we've got a pretty decent system of making stuff in here, but it's just going to be cheaper using the circuit assembler. And what else did we need again? It was the red alloy stuff. Oh, the wires, yes. Let's grab some of that. It should only be 4 ingots. I'll just throw that in the wire mill. In fact, let's just throw a whole stack in there. Why not? It's not running anything at the moment. Alright, perfect. Yeah, got a lot of stuff in here right now. More potent coming in right now so that we can get more pipes in the future. I am going to also be expanding into that basement really soon. I just want to get this circuit stuff out of the way first so that I can produce circuits a lot cheaper. But yeah, we are going to be expanding down to that basement over there. So that's going to give us a lot more space to work with here as we progress in the LV age, especially so that we can make some of the larger systems that we're going to need. Alright, so where's the red alloy wires? Perfect. There we go. I think we needed 8 of those. And then we have to put all of this in here. Oh, we also need to do one other thing in order to make circuits. So in order to run this thing, we're going to need a fluid. And we're going to need either molten lead, which we need 2 ingots worth. We can use molten tin, which is 1 ingot. Or the best one is molten soldering alloy, which is only half an ingot. So we have 3 choices. Now, we actually have soldering alloy. I do not remember why we made this, but I have a little bit. I mean, we have a little over a bucket of it, but we only need like 72 liters. So this would actually last us quite a few circuits, but I don't know how else I can make more of this right now, because to make soldering alloy, if we take a look, we need something, I think it was antimony. Yeah, antimony and tin to get tin dust. Do we have any of this around? No, we don't. So, yeah, nothing in there. But soldering alloy is something I need to get more because it's the most efficient way of doing it. But we need a little bit of antimony in order to actually make this. And I don't think I have any right now. I think I used all my antimony to make this because I can't find antimony anywhere. I was looking for it. So I was looking at the quest. There is a quest to get antimony as well that's coming up. Let's see, this one right here, antimony. But it does require me to go back to the nether and get another ore. So we need to get some tetrahedrite, copper, and stibnite. I think stibnite's the one that gives you antimony. So I might have to do that at some point if I want to get that, soldering alloy stuff. But if I would have run out of this, I could also use tin, and we've got plenty of tin. I could even use lead, and we've got plenty of lead, plenty of tin. So it's not really a big issue right now. But I've still got some of this stuff over here. So let me actually grab a large fluid cell. In fact, let's just take all of this and put it in here, because I don't know what else we'd use it for. Drop you in there, and then I think we just throw it all in there, and that should make us 4 circuits. Yep, that should work. Let's just drop it all in. Awesome. We need to set this up to output, I believe. Where's my wrench? Right there, and item auto output. Is there a pipe connected to that? Maybe not. I might have forgotten to connect the pipe on the bottom. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Oh, I forgot it's at the back. I was thinking the steam machines. My bad. There we go. I was thinking, because the steam machines, I believe, we have it set up to... Yeah, the steam comes in from the back on these, and I pipe them out from the bottom. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of there. But yeah, we're getting our circuits now made through a circuit assembler, and it's already done. Not that bad. Yeah, and we didn't use that much. I mean, how much will this last us? Like 13, I want to say? Yeah. 6 times 144 plus 72, and it uses 72 each, so... I can get a little over a dozen more circuits, I think. But yeah, there we go. 4 electronic circuits made in the circuit assembler. So that thing is going to save us a lot of resources. So, yeah, not that bad. But yeah, next time, we're going to further improve it by actually making these items here cheaper. So I can take this off the board. This is off the board. I'll keep this on the board for now. But yeah, circuit board, vacuum tube, resistor. I just need to get a couple more resources going. I'm actually going to set up something, I think, for this as well. So... we'll see how it goes, but yeah, let's go ahead and end off then by opening up some of our loot bags, and then I think we'll call it an episode for today. So let's see what we get from these. We got a pretty good one last time. I think we got the 16 pumps. I'd love to get another one of those. Maybe we can get them for one of the other things like conveyor module. That'd be amazing. All right, let's see what we get. First loot bag. Ooh, what is this? Steel rods and iron ore. All right, interesting. What is that? Okay, sheep spawn egg. Darkwood sapling, we've already had that. That is a pizza and tin ore. Alright, well, not the best rewards, but it's okay, I guess. You can't always expect to get the best things. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to call this one an episode. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.